issues getting the stream started today for some reason, but okay, well, I guess here we are. Right, and the audio is working. That's nice. That's very nice. Let me see if I can just get this up and running on my phone so I can view chat. I guess today we are visiting the geothermal plant, right? Uh, and sorting out what exactly we're doing with who we're diverting the power from to go and take their. I forget what we need to get. Is it the regulator? Is it a regulator? I forget. Okay, let's open this. I don't know why it takes like 30 seconds to a minute to for the stream to load on a on the phone app. On the Android app at least. I don't know about the iOS app. Yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, we're in the biolab, so I guess now it's off to the geothermal plant. Can we fast travel to there? We can. Okay, let's fast travel to the plant and get on with from there. Hmm.
Processing data.
We will want our shock pistol, right? That's not what I selected, but okay. Okay, we will save here just to be on the safe side, and we will have a look around and see what we can do. Surely we can clear this, right? Yep. Wait, what way did Parvati get in? Is there like another entrance down here that... Oh! Okay. Alright, what's our... Okay, we're very close to the edge. I don't want to take too much stuff now.
I've always wanted to poke around in here. Here we go!
Right. So what way am I supposed to be able to get the, Right, the, die robot. Geothermal plant has taken over. These ones to infiltrate the plant and retrieve a logic module from one of the automechanicals there. Okay, maybe I do need to go into the plant for that too. We will see. Sure, let's sell all junk. Take that pneumatic piston. Terminal here too, get some Adreno. Okay, let's have a look at this terminal, see what it has. Disarm security fences, sure. Few recent logs. When accessing error, security logs inaccessible in keeping with Spacer's Choice Company policy. All security logs have been terminated in the event of a major emergency, catastrophic event, or security breach. Attention, scheduled security updates in the Spacer's Choice facility are critically overdue. Your last scheduled security update occurred on error date not found. If you're a member of the Spacer's Choice security detail assigned to this location, please turn in your identification for immediate reprimand. Failure to do so may result in immediate reprimand. That was the only thing to view in there, wasn't it? Yeah, no, just arming the security fences. Okay. So we can clearly go in that door too, but I think we'll just go in this door just to be on the safe side. Should auto-save too, right? Hopefully. We'll save just to be on the safe side. Okay. 1 second now. Apologies for the delay. Okay. Right. Stupid app. Alright, there we go. Okay. Got here. More light ammo. Energy canister. And our vending machine. Have we got any junk that we can sell?
Right.
Oh wait. Okay, so these are all junk.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
Of course we're doing the right thing. Receptionist terminal error, terminal memory purged, maintenance logs purged, everything purged. I had to borrow your copy of Young Space's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Radio's been sputtering and I needed a reference. I've returned the copy to the repair bay. Okay, so maybe this is the third one. Okay, chaos everywhere. Mechanical's gone haywire. Gunfire, hearing screams. Ola, I think that was someone's leg. Ola, okay, I think I get the Ola thing with the whole Spacer's Choice being the... Right, okay. like to leave early for the day. Please deduct a delinquency fee from my pay. Thank you. Proud member of the Spacer's Choice family. Fucking almost shot her body there.
I'm keen. Right, here we go. That's the last of them.
Something up here. I'm suddenly used to just being able to jump around with jump on ladders with COD at the moment. So okay, we've got another terminal. More light ammo. Manager's office, terminal access. Welcome, Braden. From Spacer's Choice. From Spacer's Choice, Emeraldville Development Oversight to J. Braden. Get it together. Miss Braden, this letter serves as an informal notification of our company's displeasure towards your management of the Emeraldville Geothermal Plant. For reasons related to exceeding your staff budget in your latest quarterly report, please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failure to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. Lovely. The Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right but a privilege. Please select 5 subordinates to be dismissed immediately. Additionally, please contact our office to schedule your official reprimand at your earliest convenience. Failures to schedule your official reprimand will result in an official reprimand. Yeah, that definitely sounds like Spacer's Choice. For sure. Spacer's Choice family would like to collectively remind you that working for Spacer's Choice is not a right but a privilege. From J. Braden, no need for reprimand. To the esteemed members of the Emeraldville Development and Oversight Committee, I hope this letter finds you wealthy. After due consideration of your last letter, I have identified and terminated Snow Fuel and 5 subordinates who are unable to provide sufficient justification for their ongoing employment. I'd like to remind the Oversight Committee that while most of the Emerald Vale has failed to meet its production and output quotas, particularly our agriculture and fishing canning departments, excuse me, stuff caught in my throat. Neither of which are anywhere near close to profitable. The Emeraldville Geothermal Plant remains committed to providing cheap, cost-efficient power to the entire region. Regards, Juno Braden, manager. This is regarding no need for a reprimand, Miss Braden. We investigated the claims made against the profitability of the greater Emeraldville region. Our officers agree with you. Agriculture and fishing canning have experienced a steady decline, while the Emeraldville Geothermal Plant remains somewhat profitable. Our officers are currently investigating ways to implement additional cost-saving measures, which will ultimately lead to a leaner, more streamlined, more efficient geothermal power plant. Please be informed that the Space of Choice Development and Oversight Committee has taken a significant insurance policy against the Emeraldville Geothermal Plant. The office would like to assure you that this policy is a standard procedure. Do not attempt to interpret, understand, or otherwise extrapolate meaning from this decision. As a courtesy, we have employed a proprietary team of engineering specialists at the Emeraldville Geothermal Plant. This team of specialists have been instructed to refit and upgrade the plant's population of automechanicals free of charge. So, reading between the lines, this is all a conspiracy? It seems.
You're fast.
Okay. Okay, we need to drop something. But what? Okay, we'll break down this. Flaw found in Eurobophobia. All mechanicals now give you the willies, and when they're attacking your party, you're not as effective as you should be. Effects, phobia, dexterity, perception. Do I take the reward point for that? Sure. I mean, I guess why not? Strider. We'll increase the companion crit chance, I think. And now we'll have tier 2 open, but I assume we can still keep doing tier 1. And move on from there. So I need a much higher hacking skill to open that. Security office. Okay, right, we've opened that. Okay, personal logs of S. Tanaka, Chief of Security. Personal log 79. Chester Higgins again. That Hull head found him fiddling around with one of the mechanicals, so I had to write him up tampering with company property. Just in case I'm reading this a couple of days from now and feeling bad for what I've done, just let me remind myself that I've warned him before. He's always been a little crooked in the skull. He was working on some logic module I confiscated that should be in my lockaway room for the foreseeable future. Right, number 87. Doesn't sit right with me. Company's been replacing our guards with auto mechanicals. At this rate, I'm going to end up with Chief of Security with no staff, just a small army of mechanicals knocking about, guns pointed every which way. Company tells us they're safe, programs that treat us like humans like their own. People are liable to break down, but an auto mechanical never will. I don't know, doesn't sit right with me, but the company's never been around before, I suppose. Worst has happened, mechanical's gone crazy, locked himself down here. Just locked myself down here, just trying to gather my courage, gonna make a mad dash for the control room. Might be able to shut things down. We'll delete this entry if I ever return. Greetings, Security Chief S. Tanaka. This is an automated message indicated by Space's Choice Worker Safety Contingency Protocols. A security lockdown has been initiated. This is not a test. Your behavior during this lockdown will be reviewed during your quarterly audit. Anxiety is a common side effect of life-threatening situations engendered by security lockdown. Fight back against anxiety with a ice-cold bottle of Zero-G Brew. Zero-G Brew, an ale is good for what ails you. So the logic module's in there, so I need to... Right, how... Characters. Skills. Alright, so I'm still like 11 short. Have I got anything that will increase hacking skills? Journal. Inventory. Are tech skills separate? Yeah, tech skills are the medical ones. So stealth skills I need to increase. There is one to increase stealth skills, right? So if I do that, that has... Am I hacking up to 39, right? 42, does that mean that she's got... Pravati's got a thing to increase tech skills? I don't have a helmet that will increase tech skills, do I? She just increases engineering. Have I got any foods that will increase hack skills? That's health, 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 health! It's weapon sway, body attributes, base health, base health, base health. Increases armor rating. Yeah, okay, let's just increase his carrying capacity. So damn it, if I had increased hacking, maybe I can level up soon. Try and level up before we leave the planet or come back, so I need to get to 45. Okay, inventory.
System.
access repair log. Our corporate just sent a team of technicians to conduct a complete refit of our mechanicals every sentry and drone. It's not my place to say so, but doesn't this run contrary to the Space Destroyer's mission of being so cheap as possible? Just in case I'm out audited, I would like to finally express how grateful I am for being to be a part of the Space Destroyer's family. Space Destroyer is the leading brand in affordable sundry across Halcyon. It's not the best choice, it's the Spacer's choice. Just finished a routine maintenance on our mechanical sentries. I found some strange modifications to our logic modules. I haven't had time to run a diagnostic, so I don't know what's been modified. All I know is these modifications were introduced in our recent refit. Company went through the trouble of refitting every single mechanical in the plant lot long ago, guessing this was work of those visiting technicians. I filed a report, but my supervisor told me not to worry about it, said the company knew what it was doing, ordered me to forget about any alleged modifications to the logic modules. Decided to do a bit of sleuthing myself, got my hands on a logic module, time to do a little experimentation, see Higgins. Hello, little sprat. Hackett skill too low. I need Chester's passcode. Okay. Right. I should probably go back and sell a lot of that stuff at the vending machine, right? Okay, so we've got all that stuff. Yeah, I want more mag picks. Wait, I can... shovel I can break down. Bracelet. Okay. There's 6 floors. Ah. I can't fast travel from inside, okay. so I sell all the junk. That leaves me. How much have I got then? Okay, I'm down to 90. Alright, what have I got here that I could sell? There's not much weight to these. Mag picks are restricted stock, so once I get up to level 40 I can start buying from them as a base. So that's neat to know. Sell 3 of these. 2 of these. 1 of these. I meant I accidentally sold 2, but whatever. Still 1 over. Or did I accidentally buy them? I think I might have accidentally bought them. Yeah, that's what I did, right? Fuck. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll worry about the logic module in future. So go and get engineering volume 3. Did I miss it then? I must have missed it. Oh, right, yeah, it's right here. Borrowed a copy of Young Spacer's Guide on Mechanical Engineering. I think it's volume 3. I need something to read down the pit. Much obliged, C. Higgins. So it's on down. Plant status. Operating at 23% officially. Power is going to be distributed to Edgeworth, Saltina, Cannery, and Botanical Laboratory. Structural damage detected. Please notify your designated supervisor. Warning, safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Processing power redirection function has failed. Manual override required. Please activate all 3 electrical track switches. Okay. Maybe that's one of the ones that I already fucked around with. Is there anything in here to collect?
You're not real. You're not real.
Said that. Where is he?
Get away!
And let's just save, just in case. do the frightened engineer next.
Get away!
Ooh, an impact hammer. Do I already have one of them? Is that that?
No, 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 just leave me alone.
So this impact hammer is the same, right? Yeah. So break that down. What's that?
Not real. You're not real. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Calm down, I'm not trying to hurt you, great another lunatic.
You can
Yeah,
talk?
calm down, I'm not trying to hurt you.
The Phantom's never talked before. Well, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
I mean, that does sound like a good idea to always boil them. You're not imagining me. Slow down and think what's
Clearly,
going
I
on.
mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
It's a good reminder, to be honest. What is it you do here? How long have you been down here? How long have you been down
Hard to
here?
say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
What exactly do you do here?
Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
You're an engineer. How have you been surviving all this time? What happened?
Jimmy
Okay.
opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
So you ate
Braised.
sprats.
Boiled, charred, skewered. Sprats are good eating, friend. Chock full of brain food.
You said you were an engineer. What did you work
I
on?
specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked in these mechanicals, you must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with all mechanicals. I made it this
You
far,
know,
didn't I?
You remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of a logic module. Someone tampered
Yes,
with it.
that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
I wanted to
tail.
ask you something.
Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
No, not that. Alright, what happened to this place?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed? That's horrible. How could this
You
have
mean,
happened?
why did the mechanicals go on a murderous rampage? Same reason any of us do, I suppose. The voices told them to do it. I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
Okay. We haven't botched anything yet, no? Okay. I worry about the switches. I want to go and change the mechanical thing, if I can. Unless like I've already done that. I'm pretty sure that's the room then that was up at the other place, right? Modify behavior. Select new mode. Our auto mechanics in this facility have been mandated to remain in guard mode. Any attempt to alter this is punishable by company law. Your infraction has been on your permanent record. See Higgins. Please see your supervisor to schedule a reprimand. Mandated to target intruders. Any attempt to alter this setting is punishable by company law. Your infraction has been noted. Okay, define intruders. Define intruders as Spacer's choice auto mechanicals, sure. Okay, so I guess we'll go and talk to Higgins and then go and talk and do the switches.
What's eating you? The tail. Definitely. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
Okay. Right, well I guess it's up into that room and we'll go and do the other stuff. It's barred here too, is it? Oh, it's a workbench. Well, I didn't mean to repair all the other stuff, but whatever. Sure, we'll increase that.
Mind the scene. You're liable to get scalded.
Processing. Security patrol.
Everyone all right? Where'd you go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil? Something you need?
I noticed you mentioned your dad, but never. Okay, let's talk. Let's do Parvati. I think we've got some time. I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean how's that
She
possible?
was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Is that normal?
Well, I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
Thomas seemed very fond
He's
of you.
just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
That boy
I'm
is head
just
over heels
glad
for you.
he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him. You mean why I'm not allowed in the store anymore?
Seems to be a story there.
Kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12.
Did you steal from it or something? You were a kid. That must have been forever ago.
Sure, but folks got long memories around here. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing, and next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road. It's not funny. Right about then, a bunch
It
of
is
loaders
funny.
came
It is.
rolling in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of 0G?
Go on.
Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Rose still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool.
Okay. I really, really like Parvati. She's very nice. So I didn't even need to open that door? Well, fuck. Hey. Wasted 4 mag picks, but whatever, we'll buy them back. How do I get back to this next routing switch then? Oh, there's a door in here, okay.
System investigate.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to be diverting it to Adelaide. Just because, again, it feels like our boy would just ruin it. Reed Thompson.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Yeah, you're right, provided there isn't.
Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
Okay, I'll hear your
I don't think
opinion.
you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
Reed tells me Edgewater's going to die without workers and power.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way.
But yeah, as I say, like, even if Adelaide's blinded by hatred, I still think that the town would eventually be better off getting back to a more normal life. You know, short-term loss for long-term gain. Whereas if I cut off the deserters, then it's just gonna continue on forever, and the plague might spread. You know, the deserters might face more issues. Obviously, like if Edgewater moves out into the deserter land, maybe the plague will spread that way too. But I do think the better chance is still under Adelaide, rather than under this big, huge Spacer's Choice thing. As alright as life might be now for them, and it may get worse without power for Edgewater, I think moving onwards, pushing them towards deserters, should be a good thing for them in the long term. I think that's my decision
Sorry,
for it
I
anyway.
didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you. Don't worry about it. I was barely listening to you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Yeah, and I was listening, Parvati. Just because I'm going to go against what you suggested doesn't mean I wasn't listening. So please don't hate me. I really hope she doesn't hate me. Right. Warning, safety failures detected, high likelihood of moderate or to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is a reversible procedure. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes. Wait, hold on. Right, okay, I just want to... So, like, whenever it questions redirecting the power, does that? I I don't want to know the answer, as in like what's going to happen, because I don't want it to thing. But I want to make sure I make the right decision for doing it to botanical. No, that's a YouTube video. I don't want a YouTube video. Okay, no. So this will, like. Okay, because the way I was like, I didn't know whether it meant like redirecting the power towards botanical laboratory or redirecting the power that is to the botanical laboratory. Whether I'm redirecting that power that is already going to. Okay. Right, we've got our skills. We'll increase that to 40. And we really want to start increasing I want to start increasing that too. Right, okay, so we won't increase that to 40 yet. Fuck, okay. That's... Okay, it'll be time to retrieve the power regulator, I guess. Go and sell some of our stuff here at the vendor. That's the buyback. Okay. I want to sell... So we have 2 hunting rifles, do we? Yeah, okay, so how many materials will I get? 3 weapons parts, or I will get... hunting rifle 11 bits. We'll take the weapon parts. Okay, right, so we can fast travel, I guess. We should fast travel to Adelaide, right? And then let her know what's going on, get whatever for that. Probably seems the best thing to do. Right, so... Okay. Sure. Fast travel. Yeah, accept fast travel, thank you. Let's go and give Thomas the good news.
find in one of those manuals?
Today's your lucky day, Thomas.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
Well, there's only one left, isn't there? The elusive par 3, someone stashed it away
The
inside the old geothermal
geothermal
plant.
plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit. Hey there. What's on your mind?
Okay. We have all that done. I guess let's go and talk to Adelaide and get our...
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
You really have it in for
My
Reed.
son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Hate the sun all you want, it won't bring your son back.
Blunt as a hammer. But you're right. Nothing can undo the past. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
You don't sound too pleased. Had a lot more mouths to feed, I'm not sure. No, I made the right decision.
I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
When you're Captain Reed's cannery, yours is a better way of life. I don't like the idea of being Reed's lackey. I didn't do this for you.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Okay, so that's that done, right? Okay, right, we'll do them. Actually, we'll go and talk to Grace, I guess.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
Of course, Zoe said that. Right, is she in her... Okay. Oh, hey, it's actually Fallout. It's almost Fallout. Well, I suppose this isn't bad, like almost 10 hours in. Or, well, maybe about 8 hours in, first bug of sorts.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
I guess she forgot how to sit on her chair. Okay. Go and give the logic module to that guy, I forget his name. And then we'll go and talk to Reed Thompson and go and get the power regulator and go back to the ship. This is like all we have left to do, isn't it? Yeah.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
Should I just tell him it was me?
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the Resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple of bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Oh, a shock stick. Okay. So that's it now. So it's just these two main quests, and then we can move on.
Work fortified. Talking to the good Vic.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Okay, so the town still seems to have a bit of power. I guess maybe it'll
I'll meet you on the ship when you're ready to depart from Emerald Vale. Captain.
Oh no, it is kind of off. I guess it's just like minimum lighting that they have left. Sealed shut. Guess that has shut off the town for a general store for me.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Power's gone. Law knows how long. Looking to get drunk? Go ahead.
I've been asking around, no one seems to know anything about the Hope.
The Hope? No, I've never mixed a drink by that name. I could get you a rum and something if you like. Wait, no, never mind. We're all out of something.
Not talking about a drink, I'm from the Hope myself.
You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go set yourself down in the corner before you get all tangle-footed?
I'm not drunk. I just want to know if anybody else made it off the
Pretend
Hope.
you're drunk. Sober folk don't talk the way you are. Not unless they're looking for a trip to Tartarus. The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve of spreading seditious rumors and falsehoods. You're inviting trouble talking that way, and I don't want a part of it. Look,
Sounds scared.
either shut your gob or stick a drink in it. We're done talking about this. Coming right up.
Whatever, give me a drink. Okay, what has she got? Yeah, I'll take 10G brew. That really tipped me over the edge. Okay, I'll drink it to celebrate.
Edgewater's experiencing what we in the profession like to call a quandary.
How am I supposed to file a report with the power dead?
Everything is actually sealed, huh? Intriguing.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
To teach you a lesson.
Right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me.
Adelaide had the right idea. I had to make you see that. You're all slaves to space of choice. I'm liberating you. Life is full of betrayals. I'm just the most recent one. You're a horrible person. You deserve... I'm liberating you.
Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had. I put down roots here. Gave decades of my life to this place. I never asked to be liberated. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Oh, I can't even intimidate?
Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back. Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence. Apologies won't give us our lives back, but for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
Okay. Inventory, I'll get rid of some of the... this. So what now? Is it to return to the ship? Yeah, return to the ship. Okay, we'll go and return to the ship and see where that takes us. That's sealed shut.
Here they come!
Die!
Wow, not even a scratch!
Yeah, well, there goes Reed Thompson. Didn't mean to do that. Oh shit. I'm not very happy with killing all these enemies, but I suppose what can I do? So what is the thing for Reed Thompson's room, gimme? Should be... I guess maybe if I come back in the future?
What are we supposed?
We got this!
You down?
Nice one!
Sorry, Reyes. What, Peacekeeper, huh? Okay. Get rid of this trip blade. Right, this was the main door, so...
Life in that cannery.
Got it. Heads down.
Okay. Right, well I guess we're not getting into the cannery today. We can come back. We'll have to remember that for Reed Thompson's office. Okay. So back to the ship we go. I'm not interested in fighting any more primals. We'll go this way.
Lovely to see you above, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss. Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house. Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Okay, I guess back to the ship we go. Install the power regulator and then think about going off on our next adventure. Excuse me.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
No service left Edgewater behind, nothing keeping you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Of course, Parvati, you're fucking great. Pick a cabin, it's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
I love Parvati. She's great.
Well,
oh, hey.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. As always, I am at your disposal. Anything you'd like to discuss?
I know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing
okay,
too
sure.
out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic
That's
disposition?
what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why were you so passionate about it? Or not religious?
My
Okay, why were you so
parents
passionate about it?
They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
If you can't help but follow the plan, then everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Seems quite trusting of you just to sign on without knowing anything about me.
I run into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
Intriguing, right? Makes sense. That seems a bit extreme. What if the book doesn't have the answers you're looking for?
This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I was a colonist in the Hope. Okay, I'll tell him the truth.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and shot me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
Recover more of the chemicals he needs to save the rest of the colonists. Sure, that.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
I had family on the Hope.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences. I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
That sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How will a crew manifest help instructing your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
I guess that makes sense.
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you
I have a
know
power
how
regulator.
to install a power regulator?
Yeah, okay, I'll
Outstanding,
use my...
Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Okay. Let's go and install this, and then before we head to the next planet or whatever, I am gonna leave it there, I think. So we can get a full surprise of where we go next time. hum of that engine. It's really
I can't
nice.
stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now they got power, but what about the town? All those people. In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker? Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna guess you're not a drinker
Strong
yourself.
drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
If you want to talk about it, I'm happy to listen.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
I really hope we get to learn more about our story. I think there's 6 companions, so I'm interested to see like how many we meet. Or how, like if we get them all, and hopefully they're all interesting. I do love Parvati. I'm glad that she hasn't died yet.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I've installed the power
operating
regulator.
within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Okay, sure, let's get out of here. Against all odds, the unreliable takes flight. That was nice. We did it though. We're out and about and flying.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
I can't save here, okay? Good, have you waited to hear from him?
There you are, hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Final go for orbit. Gladys, why do I need a nav key to land on a planet? Slow down, you're asking me to get involved with the black market.
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
Right, the black market too.
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable.
If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Okay, I don't like the idea of working with a criminal.
Goodness, no. Smuggling is a perfectly legitimate business venture. If misappropriating board property is a crime, well then, throw me in Tartarus. Plenty of ways to make money in Halcyon, you know. Not all are above board. Oh, above board, above the Halcyon board. Get it?
Yeah, hilarious.
Well, sophisticated humor, puns, appreciation of puns is a sign of advanced intellect, you know.
Alright, what's stopping me from... Can I lie to... Yeah, okay, we'll do this.
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Culkelly. Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the hope. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
You want to explain to me what a holographic shroud is?
I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits, first-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
Put it to good use, thanks. You mentioned this thing has limitations.
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example. Maintain your distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Why do I need a gadget for this? Couldn't I just steal a uniform or something?
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise? The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
How does a hologram sweeten your breath?
That's how.
Okay, right. Well, fair enough, I guess. Right. Great.
Ha 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 ha! The beauty is they don't expect it. The shroud is the only one of its kind. We humans have a tendency to overlook the unexpected. Activate the disguise, walk past someone. What do they see? A figure dressed like a fellow employee. Don't act odd. They won't focus on you.
Okay, I'll put it to good use, thanks.
I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Oh wow, okay. Has the okay, we've got Vicar Max there too. Okay, we have to get the holographics right. We'll do that next time, right? Okay. I think that is a good way to go today. I should be back tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I'm really fucking enjoying this. I think this is my favorite part. Yeah, it's getting better and better all the time, and I'm really happy with that's the case. Combat's getting a bit easier now. I guess once you rank stuff up and that and whatever, it gets a bit easier. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see once we get onto a planet and have to deal with more people. Hopefully, we can get Parvati well ranked up so she's not always dying. Yeah, all right. Cheers again. Yeah, I'm gonna go and shove this on YouTube now. Goodbye. We have to save first. Oh wait, as well. Yeah, no, we'll do our character skills and that and traits. All right, I think it's time to increase our. Where is? Oh, I didn't have intimidation greater than 30, but we'll do some inspiration too. We'll increase this up. Okay, and we have another perk too. Companion abilities. Anti-Cleo knows friends makes everything better. You can command your companions to use their special abilities on the enemy you are targeting. Okay, so that's left and right. Right, what perk do we want? What perk have we got in tier 2 now? Reduce the penalties to accuracy when moving. Gain some tactical time dilation meter when you kill an enemy. Is there one for gaining health when you kill an enemy? Yeah, restore some health whenever you kill an enemy. Okay. Seems like it'll really help. And then we will do some get the time dilation whenever we do enemies too. Right, cool. I think now we're definitely sorted. I'll save that and yeah. Okay, now I am done. Right, back soon. Might come back tonight and play some Aladdin or something on the Disney Classics thing, or we'll see. But or maybe I don't know. We will see.